we got a couple signings. We'll start with the running back here. Yeah. Respect oranges. I think that is an actual quote. I've made a huge mistake, Ben Johnson.
Get ready to go.
All right, so the Packers have signed a running back. Now, listen, is it a camp body? Is this someone who's actually going to compete for a roster spot? I lean towards camp body, but nonetheless, it's somewhat of an interesting prospect here. Let's kind of dive into it. And what I did was had the interwebs, AI, artificial intelligence say, hey, man, give me everything you know on this guy. Let me know what to expect here. All right, we got Packers claim running back. The Green Bay Packers claim running back Israel Abanikanda. All right, say it for me, Jacob.
Abanikanda.
Abanikanda. All right, we got it. Off waivers from the San Francisco 49ers as confirmed by his agent Sean O'Gorman to the Packers on SI on July 25th, 2025. I think it was Sports Illustrated that first reported it, I believe. The previous team, he was released by the 49ers on Thursday after being claimed by them from the New York Jets on December 3rd, 2024. The Packers had shown interest in him during the 2023 NFL draft where he was selected in the 5th round by the Jets. So this is a guy that probably had a 5th to 6th round talent grade on him for the Packers because they had showed some interest in him. He was obviously taken by the Jets higher than the Packers would have taken him, I would have imagined. Let's look at the RAS here real quick, right? Yes, Coach Lynn says he did go to Pitt. That's correct. He played for Pitt and came out in the 2023 class. So his overall RAS was a 9.63, okay? His height, 5'10", that scored him a 4.9. So when you score a 9.63 and your height has a score of 4.9, you can kind of tell where this is going, right? Everything else is going to be off the charts. 216 pounds, boys. That's a thick running back right there. 5'10", 216. That's pretty thick, Tim. You know what I'm saying?
Think you get the Halfley voice of approval or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hit it.
Thick.
Go. So explosion grade. You guys know the composite explosion grade is a combination of the vertical jump and the broad jump, right? Kind of shows the explosion in the legs. He had a 41-inch vertical, which scored him a 9.86, almost perfect. A broad jump of 10.08, scoring a 9.65. 40-yard dash, 4.45, scoring a 9.19. 20-yard split was even better than the 40-yard dash at a 2.53, scoring a 9.70. And the 10-yard split, even better than that, with a 1.5 10-yard split, scoring a 9.81. What does that mean, guys? The first 10 yards of that 40-yard dash was the most explosive aspect of his 40-yard dash, that 4.45, okay? So what it tells you is really, really quick burst out the gate, maybe not as much top-end speed, although the 40 itself still scored a 9.19, which is pretty impressive. The shuttle is okay. Nothing really to write home about there. So you're talking about the composite agility grade, grading out okay. His shuttle was a 4.32, scoring a 5.32. 3-cone was a 7.14, scoring a 5.11. Jacob, I think we can work with this, man. What do you think about this RAS here? This ain't too bad.
Well, first of all, Tim, Respect Oranges is requesting a little something from you, if possible.
Never thought we'd get to the point where we're getting requests.
Drop shout outs.
I've seen it coming a long time ago.
Best guy around.
That'll do. I actually was very high on him coming out of the draft, and I was a little surprised that he didn't get a good stint with New York. But then when you look at what happened, they had Breece Hall. They also had Braylon Allen, the two-headed monster, and they also drafted another back, I believe, in this draft. So he just kind of was the odd man out. But I agree with you. I mean, his size, I think it's almost perfect for what the Packers and Goody usually love. That speed is pretty impressive. And you say like the 10-yard, the 20-yard, and the 40 all very intriguing numbers there. I think the biggest one for me was that vertical 41-yard. I mean, that dude's dunking. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's dunking with ease, being able to jump that high, even at 5'10". Clint says he can jump over Joe Pesci. I could probably I could probably get over Joe at this time of day, but I'm personally pretty excited. I think that between him and Amar Johnson, that'd be a great competition there for our practice squad. So I'm all about it. Totally pumped.
Yep.
If anything, Tim, these are the guys we're going to be seeing the most of in preseason, right? It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad you had the phonetic spelling included in the article so we can all say his name correctly.
Listen, I'm tired of proving I'm an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I've proven it time and time again, so I'm going to start doing that with the pronunciations. Go ahead.
You got to do it, because this is the time of year when we're all looking at the preseason games going, who?
Exactly right.
And I'm going to echo Jacob's sentiment. This shows that we're serious. dead ass serious this year. And we already have a stellar running back room as it is, but competition needs to be kept at its highest caliber, especially in training camp. And this guy's got high ceiling or no ceiling, and I love it, man. Let's do it. We're going to see a lot of reps here, probably right away against who? His former team.
Is it really?
One?
I'll be darned, it is, right?
Look at that. Look at that.
The Jets.
Who?
And the Jets are going to be coming into Lambeau, so he made a little preseason revenge game. Does that actually exist?
I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, we'll find out. Roster context. The Packers needed depth at running back due to undrafted rookie Amar Johnson missing training camp practices with a hamstring injury and being on the non-football injury list. So you're kind of filling that void there a little bit, right? This right here, guys, with Amar Johnson, I hope Amar Johnson pans out. I have a lot more hope in Amar Johnson than I do in someone like Israel here, right? But with that being said, you can't make the club in the tub. This is what we're talking about. You can't make the club in the tub. That phrase that we use time and time again, I heard it coined by our boy Tim Ryan, who was on Moving the Chains way back in the day on Sirius NFL Radio. And this is what he's talking about. Like you cannot give yourself a shot to make the 53 or even the practice squad if you're not healthy. That's not a knock against Amar. Things happen, and hopefully he can get on the field as soon as possible. But this is kind of that signing to, I don't want to say replace, but fill that void and make sure you got enough camp bodies. And who knows, man, you might catch lightning in a bottle. NFL experience in his rookie season with the Jets, he played 6 games, had 22 carries for 70 yards, and 7 receptions for 43 yards. He saw no game action with the Niners in 2024. So it's a very, very minute grade there of like a 59, I believe. So you kind of throw it out the window, to be honest with you. The player profile, he's a Brooklyn native, was a 4-star recruit, and described himself at the scouting combine as humble, mentally tough, and dedicated, attributes shaped by his Nigerian upbringing. So he's actually from Nigeria. Really, really cool backstory there. System familiarity. He is familiar with the Packers' offensive system, having worked under similar schemes with Jets coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, who just happens to be in Packers camp now. Do you think Hackett might have
mentioned something?
Put a little birdie in there. Like,
he spent some time over there across the river in Jersey, right? With the Jets, right?
I think it makes a lot of sense. And then, of course, the 49ers picked him up in that Shanahan scheme. So he's already been embedded in this wide zone boot look. Now, we're doing a little more duo than we have in the past in terms of wide zone, but it's all duo is zone, right? We've talked about this. It's just that double vertical power. Current roster.
Can I real quick? I just like the note here you had in the article about being humble, mentally tough, and dedicated. Attributes that to his Nigerian upbringing. We had a guy at camp last year, and the year before, Kenneth Odumegwu, part of the international program. So you see the Packers' intent on bringing guys like this into the fold. Those are terms that they have nothing to do with the X's and O's, but we look for humble, mentally tough, dedicated guys in Green Bay. And if you don't believe me, look at Josh Jacobs. Look at Jordan Love. Let's run down the list of guys that we have. So I thought that was really cool that you put that in the article.
Absolutely. And to go back to what we originally started with here, this is anti-humble here. All right. And
here's a guy.
When you're anti-humble, you end up here. That's what happens. Okay. That's typically the chain of, that's the way that works. So current roster, the Packers have 7 running backs on their 90-man training camp roster with Josh Jacobs as the Pro Bowl starter, obviously. So when you look at the running back room here, Jacob, you got Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson. I'm going to put Marshawn Lloyd above, although it's sorted by PFF grades. Marshawn Lloyd above Chris Brooks because he was a 3rd-round pick, right? So you got those 3 plus Chris Brooks. Those are the 4 who I think have a really good shot, all 4 of them being on the roster. If you have to stick with 3, it's going to be Marshawn Lloyd, Emmanuel Wilson, Josh Jacobs with Chris Brooks on the practice squad. Then you've got our boy Israel, Amar Johnson, and then Jalen Watt. Yeah. I like what they've done here, Jacob. They've brought in another athletic freak at the running back position, plugged him right in Amar Johnson's spot. And if Amar Johnson gets healthy and you got to cut this guy loose, hey, it was worth bringing him in to fill that void for a short time. If it ends up being a bigger problem with Amar Johnson, maybe you got a guy that you can press into the practice squad and pull him into a game in a pinch.
Yeah, for sure. I think that we've done a fantastic job of compiling an excellent group of running backs. Even if we have some injuries in here, I am not worried whatsoever about that room. Do you guys know, is Israel going to actually rock the 00 as his number, or is that just because he's so new? Because I was thinking
that's
today,
a camp designation. I think.
I was thinking, has there
No,
ever
not
been a
the
Packer
second.
that wore the 0?
Is not a legal number. I
Right.
think
Has there ever been a Packer, though, that wore 0? Because I know it's getting more popular. I believe I saw some running back just switched his number to 0. And I'm just wondering, has the Packers ever had a 0 on their squad?
I don't think they have, Jacob. To the best of my knowledge, not in the last.
unless you count the good. Nobody had numbers, or they change numbers every 5 minutes, or somebody borrowed a sweater from somebody's trunk of the car and went out and played ball. Maybe.
Yeah. And shout out to. Go ahead, Jacob. Sorry.
Oh no, I was going to agree with you. I think that Marshawn Lloyd has got to probably take the 3 spot right now over Chris Brooks, and that's not easy to do because I really think Chris Brooks showed a lot of guts down the stretch, and he was clearly somebody that Matt LaFleur trusted, which I honestly didn't think that he trusted him as much as he did. But he was in the game for key snaps during key moments of key games, and didn't just have him in there for pass blocking. He actually liked him a lot in the passing game, and I thought he did a really good job of catching out of the backfield.
Yeah. So shout out to Easton Butler, our good friend. Guys, everybody go give him a follow.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to follow someone who's just a great dude, we got to meet him at the draft. Gives a lot of great information because he's right there local in Green Bay as well. He actually said, Jacob, running back Israel Abanikanda, I ain't going to try to screw it up again, will wear number 23. So he's taking Jair's number currently.
Look at that.
All right. Yeah. So just wanted to shout Easton out. Go give him a follow, guys. Easton @Easton __ Butler. You will not be disappointed with that.
Turn the notifications on too, because you never know. You'll get stuff all the time. It's fresh news all the time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, so there you go. That is the. Let me go ahead and publish that. Actually, let me get that off the screen. So there is your running back signing. Okay, and we'll see if that plays a role in how this roster is constructed. Let's move on to